What's going on to all of my Capricorns out there? How y'all doing? So um, let's get into it. All right, so the cards that I come up with for you Capricorns are the Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Emperor, Seven of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Page of Cups, the World, Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for you Capricorns is someone basically tried to someone who had who had an ego problem try to make themselves appealing to you, try to get to know you. The Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Emperor, they had a problem with their arrogance or a problem with their confidence. The way that they come off, it tends to be somewhat slightly disrespectful, and they try to get to know you, right? For some of you Capricorns, which this applies to. And the thing about it is that the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Wands represent, since this is the case, right? Since this is the case, obviously you Capricorns wasn't going for it, right? So you Capricorns told them directly, nah, you're not interested. And of course they had a problem with it because they wanted to know why, right? And you let them know. The Page of Cups, the World, and the Six of Wands represents, you let them know. You told them what it was. The reason why it is that the two of you aren't necessarily going to work out, and you really caught them early. You let them know what exactly it was, and you caught them early. You told them what it was, that you're not going to interact with them on that romantic level because they have, right, the World and the Six of Wands, and the World represents Capricorn too. So you're in your own element here, being direct about what you want, right? That's one of the things that, because I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, that's one of the things that the planet Saturn and the zodiac sign of Capricorn has taught me, is to be direct, to be more direct, and to take the gloves off, so to speak, and to really stop holding back, because the only person that it ends up actually putting on the back burner is yourself. You put yourself on the back burner when you try to make other people happy too much. People don't take you into consideration a lot of the times like you take them into consideration. So people will continue to act like they don't have any kind of consideration for you as long as you allow them to do that. But the Page of Cups represents, but they're not trying to listen to this, to what you had to say. They're only listening to their own delusion. And what is their delusion? Their delusion about what's going on, that you want them, and that why aren't you in a relationship with them, and that you would be pretty much better off with them in your life. But they don't understand, again, control issues. If you're going to be in love with somebody, you can't love is not about control. Love is about teamwork. So you cannot say that you're going to control the person, right, and rule over them with a heavy hand, right? Otherwise, that's not really love. That's control issues. Love may be in it, but that's not the best expression that you can do. That's not the ideal that you should be looking for. So the World and the Six of Wands represents, so you let them know what it was, and they're still confused because of the things that they tell themselves. They're trying to prop or put themselves up on a pedestal like they're so good, because they can't deal with the truth that everyone has flaws, including them, and that they need to do the internal work. A lot of times people have problems with that said internal work, right? A lot of times people don't really want to be in the house by themselves or go outside or wherever they are and just really sit alone and be by themselves and really think about the mistakes that they've done and really review their life so that they can actually fix certain elements of their life. No, people would essentially rather act like, no, it's not my fault. No, it can't be. And that's essentially what got this person caught up with the Page of Cups. So this person, in essence, is too far gone, my dear Capricorns. They're too far gone. These are not people that you can actually be in a real strong relationship with. They're out of their mind. They're too far gone, right? They're always going to come up with some sort of an excuse. And it really goes to show you that the dating game or the dating pool is 90% mentality. It's 90% mentality. It really is. Because all of these delusions that people get themselves caught up on is just exactly that. They get themselves caught up on these these mental trips. So the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords represents, as you're going free because you're not hanging out with them, you're not continuing to talk to them. They are, they are very much so caught up with how it is that you could leave and that you're the one missing out. Because people tend to, very inexperienced people tend to always try to say, I'm gonna say always, but they do tend more oftentimes than not to say some slick stuff, some real disrespectful, I got it, and I don't need anybody, comments whenever it is that, you don't want to hang out with that delusion anymore. If you're finding value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. Click on the link that I have in the comment section below, right in the pinned comment, and it'll redirect you to a website where it has my Yahoo. If you want to get private tarot readings, it'll say private tarot readings, which will lead you directly to my website. My Instagram page. Shout outs to all the people who've joined my Instagram. The books that I have at Amazon, right, .com. Check out my books, buy my books. If you're into magic, if you're into so-called Black history, check that out. Um, Regardless of whoever you are, check it out. I'm also going to be bringing out a book about love. That book is going to be in depth. That book, I'm nowhere near being done with that book, and I'm already about front and back about 9 pages in. But and I'm not even begun to even really dig into it yet. We got a lot of stuff coming. The notes, table of contents, all of that. But anyway, I just want to say thank you. So to move forward, the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, right? Like I said, it represents now that you're not hanging out with these people anymore. They're mad about that because the Eight of Swords is really how they are, right? The Page of Cups is the face that they put up, but the Eight of Swords is really how they are. They're really restricted and they really don't have a whole lot of options. The options is to ultimately be by themselves or learn to get along with somebody. But their ego is too big for them to be able to get out of their own way. So they're going to continue to be by themselves until they can either learn to get rid of this inflated ego and kind of shrink it down a little bit, you know, to see that there's other people in the room and to consider other people, or they very much so will continue to hang out by themselves. So let's clarify the world, which represents Capricorn. Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Four of Cups. Right. The Eight of Pentacles is they've got some things that they're gonna have to work out. Some sort of traumas that they will have to most definitely work out. You, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, you're moving forward. It's not you understand that it's not your responsibility to have to tell people how to get real, how to come back down to earth, right? Their head up in the clouds all the time. And having a head up in the clouds doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing, because you need that imagination to keep those creative juices flowing. But to constantly have your head up in the clouds and there's no kind of action being done other than just heads up in the clouds, that's the delusion. The Four of Cups, again, they're skipping over the point where you try to actually get to know them and they acted like a jerk because to them, they didn't think that you were doing a good job trying to get to know them, whatever that means. So you got to understand too, my dear Capricorns, that the people that need, the people that need you to always come up with something slick, slick with your words, those people are very much so caught up in the delusion and therefore caught up in the game. They're lost in it, because as long as, like I said before, as long as you are cohesive enough to where people can understand you, and you don't necessarily you know you're direct and people can understand you, and your words um your words don't necessarily get misconstrued, right? You have all the mouthpiece that you need. So a lot of times when people want you to essentially, just say all this slick stuff or whatever, it's really due to the fact that those people are really in the game. Okay. And they need you to say something real slick and real nice, because they'll let you get one over, right? And maybe later they'll get you back, depending on what the situation is, because the stuff that you said was just so good, they just had to hear it and let you get one over because it was a slick line. But all that slick stuff doesn't create real relationships and marriage and wealth building and a family now, does it? No, it doesn't. So let's clarify the Eight of Swords and get out of here. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords and get out of here. The Death card, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, the Sun. Right. Again, they're too far gone in their own delusion. Leaving them is not going to help. They're going to think about it, but they're always going to come up with an excuse why you left, even though they know the answer. The Ten of Cups and the Sun, you can feel good about yourselves moving forward and getting to know other people. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Can't be with everyone, especially when people don't want to live in reality. You know what I mean? They're not grounded. They're just too far gone. But that's pretty much it. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. As of right now, we have 4,367 subscribers. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all. You're amazing. I love y'all.